Hello guys, Cambridge English teacher Rory here for you today, and what I'm going to discuss in this video is the Cambridge English Advanced exam, which is the CAE exam, and we're going to look at part 4 of the speaking paper. Now, part 4 follows on from part 3. Part 3 is a discussion with the other student, with the other candidate, about a particular topic. Part 4 is questions and answers with the examiner about the topic discussed in part 3. And you can find a link for the video for part 3 below this video. Okay, so remember it's questions and answers in this part with the examiner, but also you can have some discussion with the other candidate, with the other student. Okay, so here are my top tips passing part 4 of the exam. I like to call them PWP. PWP. Now what does the first P stand for? It stands for practice. Practice is very important if you want to pass every part of this exam. How can you practice? Well, the best way to practice is with a teacher. If you'd like to book online lessons with me, you can click the link below this video. You can also practice with your friends or with a family member. Now, the key to this first practice is to practice giving full answers. When the examiner asks you a question, you should answer the question, but try and expand and answer the question as fully as you can. You want to try to speak as much as you can so you can show the examiners how much language you know, because that's what they're assessing you on. The quality of your ideas, the quality of your answers and arguments are not as important as the quality of your language. And the best way to show how much language you have is to give full answers to questions. Okay? And a good way to do that is by using point 2 here, to question why. When you give an answer, try and think to yourself, why did I say that? Okay? And then you are justifying your opinion and you're beginning to talk more. So for example, if the examiner asked me, do you think clothes and fashion are a good representation of today's society? I could say, no, I don't think that. And then I think to myself, why? Because clothes and fashion are always changing. You never have one fashion or one brand, one style of clothing which is popular for more than 2 years in today's society. It's always changing. And what you can do in this part, remember as well, is you can comment on what the other student, what the other candidate says. So if you were in the exam with me and I said something like that, you could then say, actually I disagree with you there. I think that, that clothes and fashion are a good representation of society today, because everybody cares about their clothes, everybody cares about fashion, whereas 100 years ago that wasn't the case. Okay? So remember, make a point, and to give a full answer, ask yourself the question why. Now, the second P and the third point, PWP, is practice again. As I said, practice, practice, practice. Practice is important, and practice makes perfect. So, this time, after practicing giving full answers, a good thing to do is to practice agreeing or disagreeing with what the other person says. Now, to do this, again, you would need to practice with a teacher, such as myself, or with a friend or a family member. You could discuss one topic, and you could tell the person you're practicing with, I want you to say that you agree or you disagree with this topic. Tell them to say what they think, and then what you need to do is to try to say in a well-rounded, good way, whether you agree or disagree with this point. And I did a little example of this earlier, but here's another one. So, I don't think that I think that fashion is really important in today's society. It's a good representation of people living today. Okay? The other person then might say, I disagree with you, you know. I think that that fashion isn't really a good representation of society today, because there are different brands, different types of clothing worn in different cultures. So if we're talking about society as a whole, around the world, then it's not really a good representation because there are so many different types. Okay? And that is how you practice disagreeing with somebody. Now remember, the quality of your arguments in terms of the points that you make are not so important. What is important is the quality of your language, the words that you use. Okay, now I hope that these 3 points, PWP, help you with part 4 of the speaking exam, of the CAE speaking exam. I've been Cambridge English teacher Rory. Nice to see you guys, and I'll see you again next time.